It's Week 11 of the 2024 season, and featured this week is C.J. Mosley. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Jets and the Colts on Sunday night.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here, and now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket,
now ready to get this one started. And we're underway on Sunday night. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the 4-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
a bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Julian Blackmon. And not what they wanted to see, just one play in. Their tight end shaken up as we get a timeout. Training staff out to work on him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go right back to Hall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Hall once more. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Complete out to the right. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the Colts 32-yard line.
Working out of the gun. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Bass's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
Well, injury, it robbed all of us, Kate, and I mean all of us, from watching the development of Anthony Richardson. Such an unbelievable, unique skill set. As big and strong as any quarterback in this league. And if he took last year's experience of watching Gardner Minshew, just watching a pro go to work, if he took that experience with his skill set, well, the sky is the limit.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Takes off right out of the read option. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Taylor, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And after the play, one of the Colts still out there injured. We get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Colts ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Rodgers will look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Brought down by Julian Blackman. And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Connects on the crosser. He'll have the 1st down and even more. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Rodgers here from the gun. That's complete to Wilson. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
A 25-yard attempt.
Bass's kick is good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. That's brought in, it's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. It's a completion of Michael Pittman Jr. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Trying to get it with the option here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. They'll start this one out with Hall. And not much on the run, but he does get across the 25. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Rodgers. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just could.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Jukes one defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Short pass brought in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. He connects downfield on 4. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Completed to his running back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
And the Colts first down.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the 2nd quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the Jets' 4-yard line.
Option give to Taylor. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your 2nd read. His 1st broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Extra point converted by Gay. And they'll take the lead.
Colts 7, Jets 6.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. From the gun, it's Hall. Still motoring past the 30. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. And they take him down right along the 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They'll run for it with Hall. And he'll get them enough for a first down. We've got an injury stoppage here, and no, not what any of us want to see. You remember the injury his rookie year. It's Breece Hall hurt on the play. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Allen. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
And in, touchdown, New York! So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets push their lead to 6. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running right, this is Taylor. Jukes out a one-stop, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Crosses the 35, fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. They get 13 on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Colts. Now Richardson to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be second down. From the gun, Taylor. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of his end zone, Rodgers. Looking to his fullback now. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To throw, Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd down carry for Taylor. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Richardson back to throw. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr., so they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Allen trying this straight ahead. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Complete out to the right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
This is Allen on the give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Back deep for the Colts is Anthony Gould. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Richardson. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Taken in by Pierce. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, their setup was second and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Richardson. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Colts.
They'll throw again, Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 27. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll be first down, Colts.
And the Colts first down.
Left side pulled in by Pittman. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they could try for some points going into the break. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Alexander Madison, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, on Monday Night Football, the showdown in the Lone Star State, Texans and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. No gain on the play that time, and it'll be 3rd and 12. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Ball start.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Richardson now. Hauled in by Downs. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They put Downs in motion right. Running up the middle, Hull. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Throwing now, Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down throw here from Richardson. He's got a man left. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Takes off right out of the read option. Oh, the football's loose. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, will they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown you know he so badly wants.
To throw, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
1st and goal from the 1. From the 1. I don't mind throwing it, but that's the one thing you can't have happen. Defensively, you know they're going to bring it. And now, well, they're more than content backing this offense up with the sack.
Ball start.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Quick throw left side, complete. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts take a 4-point lead.
17. Jets 13.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Matt Gay to kick off for the Colts.
Israel Abanikanda on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. That's complete to Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Jets a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Now a give to Allen, running right. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll try it left with Allen. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second down at the 40-yard line.
Right back to Allen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Encroachment. Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still third down.
The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They go again with Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. Oh boy, this was doomed from the start. Left the pocket in search of greener pastures, but things weren't much better on the other side.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. No return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. The Jets out to begin another drive. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Shotgun handoff for Allen. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play fake, it's Rodgers. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 24 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Throwing on first down, Rodgers. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
He was defended by Kenny Moore.
Off play action, Rodgers. He's on the move. He's gonna tuck it and run. And he protects himself for the slide there after a decent gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. A give to Allen out of the shotgun. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th?
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters. Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, if he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Motion man sent left. Straight ahead with Taylor. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 32. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Running it after the penalty. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He gets them the yard back, but still behind the sticks. Upcoming 3rd and 11. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by DJ Reed. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown! That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Rodgers trying to throw for it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick-6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline and get out there to defend the two-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
He's going to field this at the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Taylor now up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. Option give to Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second down carry for Taylor. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That's 5, it looks like, on the play. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Wow, special teams highlight here. What a kick, downing it at the 1. The Jets and this running back headed back out for a new series. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finds him over the middle. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Coming right is Hall. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 19. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Complete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Punt team on the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Colts will take over. New set of downs for him from the 46. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Now they'll throw out of the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So it's going to be 4th and short. They're going Taylor. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Jets have their offense ready to go again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. We've got an injury stoppage here, and no, not what any of us want to see. You remember the injury his rookie year. It's Breece Hall hurts on the play. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Up the middle, here goes Allen. And they're going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
It's Allen again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 5.
2 brings up 3rd and 5.
Now looking to throw with Rodgers. They did it! He made the interception! Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts have some new life in the 4th. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. They've got 1st down from the 31. Now Richardson to throw. Finds his man Downs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. He's got Pierce. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver, and that's exactly what they did.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Jet in some discomfort following that play. The Colts ready for the punt. And this effort's going to give them an even half dozen tonight. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Out of his end zone, Rodgers. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. They'll go right side with Hall. And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety.
Kate, you could just feel it, right? Right off the snap, you just got that sense at the line of scrimmage. When those big guys defensively win it right off the jump, right at the line of scrimmage down here at the goal line, well, they've got a chance to put 2 points on their ledger. That's well done by those big boys defensively.
Always hurts to do this. They give up the safety and now have to kick it away. He'll get it at the 9. And he'll get it up to the 27. The Colts ready to take the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. A give left side to Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr., so that brings up 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. Begins his return at the 16. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll start this one out with Hall. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Rodgers here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
He'll throw it. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 39. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
First down, Colts.
Throwing now, Richardson. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
And the Colts, first down.
Richardson now. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Colts down by only 3. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson back to throw. That's complete to Pittman. And he'll go down here at the 16. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
Running up the middle, Hull. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Shakes himself free. Chased it, and he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here comes the New York offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Here he is to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. He'll look to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Avoids the sack. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Jets take their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. The Colts in a victory formation as they kneel it down. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Colts are winners as we say so long from New York.